Hey y'all, Rick, Fearless, Strokers Dallas, Strokers Ice House, Punctuality Garage, Fearless Services. Good morning. How you doing, all right? Today is Wednesday, June the 11th, 2025, year of our Lord, season number 3, episode number 162. In today's show, we are going to talk about the Stanley Cup. Let's go. In My Life, the 365 Project, coming to you almost live from almost downtown Dallas in the powerful CHUMP studio. Today's show is brought to you by Reliable Diamond Tools. That's ready2.com, REDITOO.com. Check them out for concrete and masonry working tools. Also brought to you by Simpson Motorcycle Helmets. If you got a $100 head, you should wear a $100 helmet. But if your head is priceless, like my hat, you should wear a Simpson. They are the best. We are a dealer. StrokersDallasMerch.com. Spire, SPIRE, ConstructionInc.com. They are a full-scale residential general contractor. They can do anything from your roof to your floor, heating, air conditioning, build you a new garage, bathroom. What you got? SpireConstructionInc.com. Tell them I sent you. Maverick Harley-Davidson, Longhorn Harley-Davidson, the official Harley-Davidson dealers for Strokers Dallas and Strokers Ice House. Check those fine folks out. Keeping an eye on somebody over at the bar. Today, the Mr. Peabody way back there. Turn off that news and let's me and you take a stroll down memory lane. Today, the Mr. Peabody way back machine goes back to 1999. In 1999, the Dallas Stars won the Stanley Cup. They started hanging out here when I opened. 96, 97, 98, 99, all through the early 2000s. We did custom bikes for Mike Modano, Richard Matichuk, Craig Ludwig, Billy Guerin, Darian Hatcher, Jason Arnott. We worked on the bikes for Brendan Morrow, Daryl Sador, Guy Carbonneau. I taught Modano a refresher course on how to ride a motorcycle in this parking lot. There was a couple other guys that hadn't ridden for a long time, and I would teach them how to ride in this parking lot. The other guys would be saying, let's go, let's go, let's go. They'd hit Harry Hines and they'd light out like their hair was on fire, and I'd think, ooh, I hope those guys make it. When they won the Stanley Cup, they came out here, they brought the Stanley Cup, they put it on the bar. It was a party. It was a party. And then they all wanted to go to the Blue Goose to eat Mexican food, and they wanted me to go with them. And I said, oh, no, I don't. They picked me up, and they put me in one of the limos, and I went with them to eat Mexican food down on Lower Greenville. It was a pretty cool time. And I'm not a hockey guy. I don't know much about hockey. I'm not even sure about the rules and that blue line and all that stuff. But I went to a bunch of hockey games. I presented Mike Modano the chopper before one of the games for his 1,000th point and his 1,000th game. So I got in tune with it, and it was pretty cool. Those guys of that 99, early 2000s teams were so nice, and they were so tough, and those guys were so wild and so everything. I loved those guys. Those guys were awesome. And I miss those guys. I miss all those times back then. What happened was Ben Roethlisberger from the Steelers wrecked his motorcycle and he hurt himself and he had to miss a bunch of time. So then all the sports franchises started writing it in their contract that they can't ride motorcycles while they're playing during their contract. Dang that Roethlisberger. Check that Chuck. Check that Chuck. Ooh, you got those chocolate browns on. Yeah, it's supposed to rain in a little while. White sole, double black racing stripes, boot bottoms, can't afford the vent hose, black and white logo, brown shoestrings, one eye down, double knotted for safety. These are, say it with me y'all, these are some handsome Chucks. You want to check the office? No, I'm too tired to check the office. How about that? Telling you like it is, baby. Telling you like it is. What was Grandma Goldie doing 76 years ago today? June the 11th, 1949 was a Saturday. Grandma wrote, "We went to town this evening. Pretty nice day." Okay. When they went to town, I don't think there was much in town. I remember it from the early 60s. There was a couple places to eat, a couple filling stations, bowling alley, pool hall, a couple of general stores, feed store. I think that's it. I'm sure there were other places, but I don't remember them. Dad joke. I'm sure there was a couple of beer joints downtown, right? Dad joke, why did the mushroom go to the party? Because it was a fun guy. Get off the couch, a motivational minute. Everything seems impossible until it's done. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's right. A lot of things are impossible, but a lot of things ain't. A lot of things you might think's impossible. I remember being actually in Sayre. We were there for a motorcycle ride, and they had set up downtown. They were having this big celebration, and they got these motocrossers out there, and they had a ramp, and they're jumping them and doing all these flips. And so I'm there with the ramp set up, and I'm thinking, what? How is that going to work? And then they came out, and they started doing them, and, 5 minutes ago, I thought it was impossible. Now I'm looking at it and thinking, okay, well, that's pretty cool. Now what do y'all want to do? Everything seems impossible until it's done. Today is Wednesday, so that's karaoke. I sang karaoke one time. I was in New Orleans, and I was drunker than Cooter Brown. The only guy drunker than me was another guy in there, and he came up and went on and on about what a good singer I was. I thought, that guy's drunker than I am. I sang Turn the Page by Bob Seger. Karaoke tonight. Check out my website, StrokersDallasMerch.com. Check out my bikes for sale, StrokersDallas.com. And I'd love for you to come see us. Remember, there ain't no place like this place. All right, Rick Fearless, I got to go. I got Wednesday things to do. Love you, Alice. Bye, y'all.